going on, Jerome's? So it's Thursday, birds are chirping and stuff. It's time for another Vikings news dump. So, of course, the LA wildfires raging out there. It's a really horrific incident, and praying and sending good vibes, good energy to everyone out there, and hopefully this can get resolved. And it is impacting something as trivial as a football game, but Vikings-Rams Monday Night Football. It's probably going to get moved, and the NFL released a statement laying out contingency plans as they monitor the situation out in Los Angeles. As from the NFL, the NFL's priority is safety of the Los Angeles community. We're grateful for the tireless efforts of the first responders. Our hearts are with Los Angeles and everyone affected by the fires. We continue to prepare to play the Vikings-Rams game as scheduled Monday night at SoFi Stadium. As with all games, there are contingency plans in the event of a change in location as needed. In this instance, the game will be played on Monday night at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, if necessary. We will continue to closely monitor developments in the area and will remain in contact with public officials, both clubs and the NFLPA. So first off, I think that they should just move it right now. Just announce it on Thursday. Teams still have all 3 days of practice left, just so logistically they can get things good to go, because some of the wildfires are actually really close to the Rams facilities in Agora Hills, and obviously it's affecting the players, the staff, everyone involved with the Rams and the game. Plus, either way, even though the fire is still 15-ish miles away from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, it's more about the air quality. Right, so the air quality right now in Inglewood is pushing 300, which is very hazardous, but all to the players as well as officials, everyone showing up to the game, the fans, etc. And SoFi, even though it's a covered stadium, it is open air, so that is a factor. Plus, all the resources that go into game day, law enforcement, first responders, electricity, water, everything like that could be used in more efficiently in this situation. So I say the NFL should just come out and say we're moving the game, just to give both teams enough heads up that the games will be moved, make contingency plans, and go from there. Right. So see what happens. Now, obviously, not sure how this is going to go down. So the Rams, notoriously, they don't have a huge home field advantage, when the other team is very motivated to travel. And Vikings fans travel very well. Now that it's essentially a neutral site game, and a lot of Rams fans, God bless them, they're dealing with a lot more stuff right now, a lot of real life stuff. So, I mean, is the stadium going to be mostly purple? Will the stadium be half full? Don't know. All these contingency plan games are weird, but either way, that's, like I said, prayers, thoughts, well wishes, everyone in the Los Angeles community, and the Vikings going out there trying to win a game. And also, if you can, Los Angeles Times has a great list of places to donate, support, and just go from there. Yeah. Hard turn. So a lot's been made about JJ McCarthy. We got to think of a nickname for JJ. America's quarterback is taken, right? But JJ McCarthy, the pride of Michigan, in Detroit, and a lot of Lions fans are crossover Michigan fans, so they love them some JJ McCarthy. But they also had to see him being drafted number 10 overall in their city to quarterback one of their division rivals, and quickly becoming one of the more bitter division rivals. It's kind of weird. Lions fans, I don't know, man. But here's what's great about this. So we see in this picture, everyone's seeing the memes of the hockey hair and Anakin Skywalker and all that stuff. Here's what I take away. JJ McCarthy is a stone cold killer when it comes to being a competitor, right? He's an absolute alpha, and he's going to get after things, and he is really cut from the Tom Brady mold. Beyond the whole Michigan thing, it's, hey, I'm going to win, and I'm going to rip your heart out and show it to you. Like Indiana Jones style. That's right, man. So here's a shot of McCarthy. Vikings allegedly losing by a lot late in the game. The cause is lost, right? And, most players, especially ones that didn't play, could be on the sidelines, BSing with their teammates, coaches, commiserating, cussing things out, chewing sunflower seeds, all that stuff. But now J.J. McCarthy is dialed in. He's got the earpiece in, run up to his right ear, so he's heard Kevin O'Connell talking to Darnold all damn game. He's heard the coaches chatter. He's focused. He's 100%, and he's taking these mental reps because he knows that he's going to be the guy, right? Absent Darnold win the Super Bowl, so we'll see. But late in this game, he's just staring out there, watching the game, having a burn in his retinas and his memory banks, and just like, you think you can do this to me? Okay. Welcome to the bad guy, right? He's rocking that chain. I love it. I love the simplicity. And just the death stare. That's the F you. I'm going to use this as motivation for the rest of my career. I didn't even play, but look what you did allegedly to my team. Every single time I play the Lions, I'm going to eat your face. Screw biting kneecaps and getting knocked down and getting 2 punches, biting another kneecap. I will literally eat your face. Silence of the Lambs style. You don't see that with every quarterback. You just really don't. Like, do you see this in Brock Purdy? Do you see this in Jalen Hurts? Do you? No. Like, this is like Tom Brady. Mahomes get this look. Joe Burrow gets this look. And that's it. Actually, Stafford gets this look too. Why not? Also, Fox Sports. Hey, Fox Sports, they have more issues than putting out some really cruddy tweets. The Vikings lost to the Lions and Rams in week 7 and 8. After losing to the Lions week 18, will history repeat itself on wildcard weekend? No, it will not. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. F you, F yourself, F your mom, F everyone. Right? Like I said, Fox, I don't know, maybe you got some other things going on. Also, I love how everyone involved in the alleged lawsuit just is on air just like nothing happened. Anyways, next. So the NFLPA voted for their all-pro teams, and it's really cool what the NFLPA does is that you're not allowed to vote for yourself or for your teammates, and you vote for your position group and the position group that you play opposite of. So if you're a receiver, you vote for receivers and corners. If you're a linebacker, you vote for linebackers and running backs, tight ends. It's really interesting the way that they go about things. Justin Jefferson only one to make their. They only have a first team. So Justin Jefferson makes it again with his guy Jamar Chase as the 2 receivers, and it's good to go. It makes you feel good. And Jefferson, I mean, it's almost like we get bored. Well, not like me, but like fans in general. Like, we get bored with Jefferson's greatness, and he's so subtle about the way he does things. Because take just a random regular season game, not Detroit week 18, but all of a sudden it's like, all right, Jefferson's only got 1 target in the first half. What the hell's going on? Then you play the second half, and then he catches a touchdown. Then the Vikings win. It's like, oh, he ends up with 9 for 132 and a touchdown. Just like whatever, right? And we said this before. Jefferson is so. Watch Jefferson when he gets tackled. He is always finding a way to fall forward, generally, right? And that is a hidden skill because all of those hidden yards, like where he's finding a way to fall forward, not taking a big hit, not getting driven back and falling forward, all that extra half yard, 1 yard, yard and a half, all of that adds up at the end of the day, right? Because if you get a yard and a half closer to the end zone, that mathematically, statistically increases your chances of scoring, increases your chances of winning, and obviously it adds up on his receiving yards tally for the game, for the year, for his career. It's really fascinating. But Jefferson, so sort of a down year, whatever. 103 catches, 1,500 plus yards receiving, 10 touchdowns, which is tying his career high, which was set back in 2021. And also, he's the only player in NFL history with 4+ seasons of 1,500 yards receiving. I may have just made that up. Doesn't really matter. Also, it's not 1,500. So he's got 1,400 his rookie year because Mike Zimmer's like, hey, Justin Jefferson not going to start the first 2 games. You know who's going to start? Olabisi Johnson. Yeah, but he's still setting all these records, like most yards before age 25 and all this stuff. But again, we were watching the GOAT in real time. And now, Jefferson, let's go on a 2008 Larry Fitzgerald playoff run. Like, let's completely rip the cover off and just go after things. Because guess what? Yeah, everyone got embarrassed against the Lions. You had this golden opportunity and everyone shot themselves. And you could blame Darnold, O'Connell, the offensive line, etc. Just say F that, F you, F Darnold, F everyone. Just come out and just be a monster. And if you're Darnold too, like maybe it was nerves. In fact, it probably was nerves. Guess what? You have nothing to be nervous about because what's the worst that can happen? You look bad, you already look bad. How about you look good? Just go out and be a hero. Frankly, when we reflect after the playoffs and the Super Bowl and the Vikings hoisted at Jerome Barty, Week 18 may have been the best thing that ever happened to the Vikings. Because, remember, the Vikings had gone 2.5 months without losing. And for the fans, players, coaches, you can get some complacency in there, right? But getting punched in the face, and then you decide, am I just going to run away and hide and always be looking over my shoulder for the rest of my life, or are we going to throw down and probably end up in jail? I don't know. Who knows, man? But either way, it's going to be a brawl in the playoffs, and Justin Jefferson is going to lead the way. I love it. Also, something I don't love. Well, happy for him. Unhappy for us. Per Persuasion, Jaguars have requested an interview with Vikings DC Brian Flores per M. Schefter. This would be his third team officially with the Jets, Bears, Jaguars. The Raiders also rumored to have significant interest in Brian Flores. So, Flores going to be making the rounds, and the teams in the wild card round can't officially, assistants can't officially interview until next week. That's why you see teams allegedly with the bye. So the Lions with Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn having interviews this week and weekend. Same thing with the Chiefs and Spagnuolo and also Matt Nagy. I want Matt Nagy back in the mix. So Matt Nagy would be the perfect Jets coach, wouldn't he? It was like they didn't learn the lesson from Adam Gase. It'd be great. But obviously happy for Flo if he finds the right spot. He did say that he's going to be taking every single interview, which is smart. And I hope that he's just a little bit bitter about not getting a single zero goose egg D'Angelo Russell job interview request last year, even though he turned the Vikings defense from nothing into something, right? So hope he doesn't take a job, just take a job, because it would be great to have him back. And I know that the players and Kevin O'Connell and the staff and ownership certainly want him back. Someone I also want back, the Cam Beasley Bynum and Josh Metellus turnover celebrations, right? Now, a lot of people are bitter about this. Seeing this from the Strib, Vikings Cameron Bynum prepares to introduce a new dance during playoffs. Now, everyone's complaining well, maybe Cameron Bynum should practice tackling and covering as opposed to the turnover celebrations. I get it, right? Because these are obviously very, very fun when you're winning. And the Vikings have done an ass ton of winning this year. 5-game winning streak, 9-game winning streak. And like we said, the Vikings had gone 2.5 months without losing. It's a lot. But I don't know, if you lose a game and you're out here making turnover celebration references from late 90s, early 2000s movies, it doesn't look quite as good. All right. But hopefully there's going to be a lot of reasons for these guys. Also, there should be a rule implemented. You can't celebrate a turnover if you're down double digits. I feel like that's a pretty decent hard and fast rule, because also it's you can tell which players are hated by their teammates, right? Not for the Vikings, because everyone loves each other, but other teams, say wide receiver X scores a touchdown late in the game, game's already decided, team is down by 20 points, and they score a touchdown, and then they do a little touchdown dance, and they're by themselves. Their teammates hate that player. It never fails, man. But I like Beasley. I love the energy and the joy that he plays with. He's a hell of a player as well. I wish he'd be better at tackling Jahmyr Gibbs in the open field, but then again, tackling Jahmyr Gibbs in the open field is pretty hard. All right, but hopefully there's lots and lots and lots of reasons for the Vikings to have turnover celebrations in the playoffs, because we're going to need them. Also, it really pisses me off that the Vikings beat the Lions in turnover differential 2-0, and we still lost by a lot. That's how bad the offense was, specifically in the red zone. Also, hey, the NFL loves narratives in the playoffs. Ari Mary of My Sports Update. The Eagles have signed former Vikings first-round safety Louis Cine off the Buffalo Bills practice squad and onto their active rooster, another Georgia Bulldog ad. Now, Howie Roseman loves him some Georgia Bulldog defenders. They got 17 of them, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, etc. But Louis Cine, first-round pick, broke his leg in London, didn't quite work out with the Vikings. It is what it is. He spent so originally he was going to sign with the Jets, just adding another chapter in the dumbest rivalry in sports history. Ended up going to the Bills instead, and now he joins the Eagles, which I don't know, like they've remade their secondary pretty damn nicely. Like Blankenship has stepped up really great. Cooper DeJean, Quinion Mitchell, of course, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson when he's not being an idiot. But now Scene is having some depth and everything's set up. Like the NFL knows what it's doing. So the Vikings are going to beat the Rams, and the Eagles are going to beat the Packers. Because Jordan, also the reports are, I was like, Jordan Love's my elbow hurts. Ow. See, this is what players do. Like Roethlisberger did this all the time, where you talk about your injury before the game, and you're really open and honest about it. But it's a double-edged sword because number one, now all of a sudden, like all the fans are like, oh, what a tough guy, what a warrior. But if you play like ass, thank you. Say Jordan Love throws 4 interceptions against the Eagles and they lose, all of a sudden he can blame the elbow, which has already been talked about. It's already been established. But if he plays okay and only throws 2 interceptions and the Packers lose, it's like, oh, what a warrior. Battled through. Played as good as Jordan Love is capable of playing, only throwing 2 interceptions. Wow. What the hell are we talking about? Oh, so Eagles beat the Packers, and the Vikings obviously beat the Rams. So then, and then say that the Commies lose. Yeah, Commies lose the Bucks. So the Bucks, actually, no, hold on. The Commies beat the Bucks. I'm really good at math here. So the Commies at Detroit, we'll see them in the NFC title game again. And then the Vikings on the road divisional round against Philly. And then Lewis Cine somehow makes an impact play in that game. It's written. It's what happens, man. Absolutely. Also, speaking of a Viking safety that actually worked out, Harrison Smith. Now, every single game that the Vikings play in the playoffs could potentially be Harrison Smith's last game in purple. Fully accepted it. And Harrison, here's what's great about Harrison. I feel like if he was ever a liability, he would just retire. But he's not. Like Harrison Smith, maybe he's not a tier 1 safety like he was throughout most of his career, but he's still a top 20 safety, and he's still very productive on the back end of the Flores defense. Also, given his ball knowledge, his veteran prowess, like his communication skills on the back end certainly helps. But with Harrison, this could be it. This could be it potentially. So do it for him. Don't forget you're here forever. Do it for him. It's a deep cut reference I really respect. Also, like the Simpson tweets, they enjoy following us because they must be Vikings fans, or they really like people who are very self-loathing with their sports fandom. One of the two, man. But Harrison, everything's lining up. Notre Dame's in the playoff. Harrison Smith going to Super Bowl. It's going to be huge. A huge year for the Golden Domers. We'll go with that. But anyways, that is it. Do it for Harrison. You guys know what to do. Skull, production value.